Hello everybody out there and welcome back here with the future once again to another retro showcase and review, and it's another Jakks specific action figure here, mint on card, a wrestling action figure from the Jakks Pacific line. Like I said, Survivor Series, Signature Series 5, 1999, Last of the Bone Crunchers, Big Boss Man, mint on card action figure, yes. So this figure, 21 years old, still mint on card. This is one that I never had back in my collection, you know, when I was younger as a kid. I always want to say, but I was like 17 at the time, or going on 17 when this dropped. Always wanted the Big Boss Man Bone Cruncher, never had it. And like I said, I saw this for, you know, pretty cheap, mint on card, so had to add it to the collection, and I will not bust open the mint. I'm trying to actually, you know, I have a huge collection of mint on card retro action figures from when I was younger, like, you know, different lines that I loved as a kid. And for some reason, I wanted to start a mint on card Bone Cruncher action figure collection of a lot of the ones, if I could get them, of the ones that I didn't have mint on card. I actually have some that I had, and I still have, but they're at my dad's right now on a tote. Me and my brother have a huge loose action figure collection of the Bone Crunchers, just like I do the Hasbros. I love the Hasbro line, but as we got into the Jakks Pacific, you know, I started using the WWF CDs for entrance music. You know, they started the more, you know, entertaining, you know, entrance ways and stuff like that. So we had the Titantron made from like cardboard way before they ever did the Titantron live. So it was a fun time, you know, with full entrances and whatnot. So yeah, we, you know, had the Fig Fed going strong with the Jakks. I would actually buy figures for my brother just to justify myself playing for him. So that's how bad I was with these action figures. I loved them. So I love the Bone Crunchers, and I love the Hasbros, and then probably the LJNs. I also love the Gloobs, though, and then the LJNs probably fourth. But yeah, I can't wait to check out this mint on card. Big Boss Man, Survivor Series, Signature Series 5, 1999, Jakks Pacific, Bone Crunching, last of the Bone Crunching action figures. So now, without further ado, I want to thank everybody who supported me lately. Drop any comments, left any feedback. I really appreciate all the support on my channel here. Make sure you tell everybody out there to check me out if you enjoy what you see. Give me a like if you like what you see as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like I said. And yeah, guys, without further ado now, let's check it out. The Big Boss Man. Let's check him out. Okay, everybody, so here it is, and I am so happy to have this. It is the Signature Series 5, as you can see there. Big Boss Man, Survivor Series 1999, Jakks Pacific, last of Bone Crunching action, it says there. A little misleading, though, because everybody knows, or most people know, some people don't know, though, KB Toys exclusively made Bone Crunching action figures from the time, you know, that they stopped the main lines here, all the way up to 2001. Yeah, so the Bone Crunchers actually went up to 2001, but this supposedly was the last of the Bone Crunching action figures, as you see here, Survivor Series. You got your Jakks Pacific up to the right for ages 4 and up. You got your up to the left, your warning with your choking hazard, small parts. You have your Survivor Series header right there on the card back. Like I said before, Jakks Pacific never was, you know, too great on their card backs. They were pretty basic, generic card backs, but they always did put like a likeness of the character that it was portraying. And you can see there it says, includes his shiny black billy club, which I always called and referred to and heard referred to on TV as a nightstick. And you can see it there. And I saw a few openings of this too. I'm keeping this mint on card, hence the mint on card review. But all of them that I saw were pretty bent up. But you might be able to heat that up and make it stay straight a little bit. I'm not sure. You wouldn't want to heat it up too much. But just a little bit of tiny heat might make that thing, you know, pop into, I don't know, become straighter, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just good the way it is. And you can see the signature right there on the right thigh of the Big Boss Man. And you can see the hand was made pointing right there where you could hold the nightstick. And I saw that you could hold the nightstick, in all different ways. I love the black gloves. You can see the glossy black paint on him too. That was a thing they did on their signature series figs. Jakks Pacific did. It's just something to differentiate them, the shiny paint and the signature. But this was the special limited edition silver Attitude base set, where you had that Attitude Era logo stand, but it was silver in back. If anybody hasn't saw the original stands, they're actually black, which I do have some of the stands, but they're not here, right offhand. But you go in my past videos, I definitely have showed some. I do love this, though. I think that is an outstanding likeness for Jakks Pacific. You got to say, in the beginning, the Bone Crunchers likenesses and the style of their bodies were not the greatest. But, man, by 99 here, and I'm pretty sure that Boss Man came out in a set before this, and he also came out later on in that KB Toys set with a blue shirt underneath. And he also came in a 2-pack, I believe, as well. I think with Stone Cold Steve Austin. But nonetheless, they did an outstanding job. And I may be wrong on those sets, Like I always say, I know my stuff pretty good, but I'm not an expert. This is the Signature Series 5 Silver Edition. And down here in Made in China, I know a lot of stuff, but I'm always learning new stuff about action figures every day. You have your 1999 Titan Sports Incorporated, all rights reserved, down there to the left. But we've looked pretty much at everything, assortment number. And the nice, picture of Ray Trailer. And actually, this was Big Boss Man's second run. And that's where this comes in. The 1990 Hasbro action figure. He wore initially, the blue prison guard attire here. He came in part of the Twin Towers, went up to 1993. Then he went to WCW under a few gimmicks, the Guardian Angel, the Boss, not in that order. But he also, went back to his big Bubba Rogers gimmick that he had initially to the WWF before he became the Big Boss Man. Cornette, initially discovered him in Jim Crockett Promotions, and he was Cornette's bodyguard. He spent a year in UWF, and then became the Big Boss Man. So here is the original Big Boss Man, which I always thought was a good likeness for Hasbro. This is 1990, and then 9 years later, he got his Jakks Pacific here. So I think that's a cool comparison. And he was a lot heavier in his initial Boss Man run. So that is why he's a lot, heavier looking figure. Weighed a lot more. Got that gut and everything. But yeah, I wanted to show off the two different attires. When he came back, he had the black tactical attire. More like a SWAT style. He had the tactical vest and the gloves and everything. Like I said, the whole attire there for like a tactical unit, instead of the, initial, just, blue prison guard shirt. I guess he thought that was a little outdated for Boss Man at that time. Because I was kind of like surprised that he came back in this. I knew it wasn't going to be the original attire when I first saw him. He had a mask on for a while, like a ski mask. He was Vince's bodyguard, like one of the first members of the corporation then. And it kind of fooled me. I really didn't know it was Boss Man coming back. Like I said, 9 years later, from this figure to this figure. And I think he debuted in '88 in the WWF. So by this time, it was 11 years later from his initial debut. He had come back from WCW. Kind of was a member of the NWO for a while as well. Wasn't kind of, he actually was, but it just didn't last too long. Member of the Dungeon of Doom is Big Bubba Rogers, too, I forgot to mention. But yeah, Boss Man went up to about 2003 and ended up passing away, unfortunately, in 2005. So rest in peace, Boss Man. But, man, I've always wanted to have this BCA fig. And like I said, these retro reviews, they can go up to about 2001 at this time, maybe 2002 at this time. But anything later than that is not going to be labeled retro. And like I said, I've been collecting a lot of these BCAs that we did not have. I always say back when I was a kid, but I was about, 16, 17, and 99, I would have been about 17, 16. Um, but going on 17 at least. But always wanted this. And you can see the silver WWF logo there. And you can see official autographed figure, it says down there. I missed that. Signature Series 5, the silver edition. Even underneath, you have "Don't just sit there. Spill your guts and let us know what you want to see in your WWF figure collection from Jakks." And has your right to us address, your email. Oh, the old school email for Jakks Pacific you could even do. And the thing is, these were so hard to find then, and I have a few more that I'm unpackaging as well, men on card. These were so hard to find them, and I'm so glad to have them now. And I think the reasoning is because they were launching the Titantron Lives, which got me out of the line at that time. And you can see here the first wave of the Titantrons, and then the Titantron Live playset, which I actually have the Vince Titantron figure. And I do have a few Titantron Live figures, but none from that first initial set there. A bunch of 2-packs. You had Stone Cold and Shane McMahon. You had your Christian and Edge. You had Kane and X-Pac, and Undertaker and Vince there. And it was like a, evil, shirtless Undertaker. Kind of weird there. And look at that. He had like the New England Patriots when he wore that style shirt. And it even says there, "Demonstrate the brutal mat maneuvers of top rope, body slams, stunners, and pile drivers with these infamous tag teams and grudge matchups. Each figure comes fully posable and ready to activate the Titantron Live playset." And when they, launched this Titantron, me and my brother were pretty much like, that's it. I wish they would have made, the Titantron playable for the BCAs and kept them going, but, they wanted to upgrade, and these had a lot of joints and whatnot, but in my opinion they were not great figs, and they didn't last long. The Titantrons didn't really have, as far as like being compatible, because after a while they kept making the Titantron Live style, but took the compatibility out, and they went on to like the Ruthless Aggression era and whatnot figures. So the Titantrons were not very well received. Here you have on the Titantron Live playset, by the way. It says Monday Night Raw comes alive in the new Titantron playset. Enter any Titantron-ready action figure through the ramp and hear his entrance theme blast your ears off. Oh, wow. Must have the Titantron-ready action figures to activate this playset. Look for this logo on package. It always says Titantron Live. And I have the Titantron Live Men on Card Undertaker figure that I did just a few days back. Actually, a few weeks now, but there he is. I got a wall going here of BCAs and stuff. So there's the Taker Titantron to the left. There's the Val Venus that I did. But yeah, make sure you check those out. Look at this. We have the Maximum Sweat line, which we're going to get into after we check out the rest of this Signature Series 5 line here, that I have the Men on Card Boss Man. But I had to talk about the Titantrons. Hardcore figures for the hardcore fan, it said there. But yeah, that's the reason. You can thank those for the BCAs going out in the main line, other than the KB exclusive Backlash series. This 5th limited edition of our Signature Series features the best athletes in the Federation. The Signature Silver Edition is the second to last that will feature bone-crunching action. Each 6-inch figure comes with an actual autograph and a limited edition silver Attitude base. Facsimile signatures. Yeah, we know they're not real signatures, but they had to make a point of that. And you had Stone Cold. You had the Road Dogg Jesse James. You had your Big Boss Man. You had Kane. And then you had a really good Billy Gunn there. I like the head sculpt for the BCA. I didn't have that one either. That'd be a nice one to get because it just looks so good. And then you had your Al Snow, with the chalk line shirt on there, which is pretty cool. And the signature was on his shirt. The only one that was on the shirt, instead of the leg that I know of the Signature Series, unless they did it in an earlier wave that I don't know of. Up here to the right, you got your officially licensed product, as always, ages 4 and up. Your Jakks Pacific logo up to the left. Of course, you got your Made in China 99 Jakks Pacific Titan Sports to the left down there. And, of course, you know, style, color, and decorations may vary on these figures. You had your wrestling ring, which I did not like. The Attitude ring with the catapults, and it became a carrying case. We had it, and I think it got junked pretty bad, and we just ended up using the monster ring still. I wish I had a monster ring so I could demonstrate how we did use that to scale. You could just drop the second rope down as a bottom rope, and it would be in scale. And that bottom rope really wouldn't make too much of a difference. You could drop it down with the turnbuckle and all. I wish I could demonstrate it, but we used it like that. And it was a better overall ring, I think, than the actual Attitude Era ring that they came out with. And it says the New World Wrestling Federation wrestling ring features power slam catapults that will send your figures flying over the top rope. The ring even transforms into a handy carrying case and comes with raging steel cages, action figures not included. And then you had your Maximum Sweat line, and this was the Maximum Sweat 4. I have Edge over here from Maximum Sweat 2 that we'll take a gander at real quick. I did a Mint on Card review on that one too, so that's Maximum Sweat 2 if you want to go check out Edge there. Kind of, and some bad lighting there. Ooh, there's the old Stone Cold Ripped and Ruthless. But anyway, your Maximum Sweat line there, you had a badass looking Undertaker there, and these always had the wacky accessories with it. It even says these bad boys are pumped up and ready to explode. Fill these hot heads with water and watch sweat ooze from their bodies as they heat things up in the ring. Slamming accessories included. Some of the best accessories of all time. You had your Billy Gunn there with a fan, I believe. No, he had the hardcore belt there. Wow, that's cool. So you had the original hardcore belt for Billy Gunn. Almost looked like a fan, some kind of small fan at first. Then you had a mop there. Or like a push broom, it looks like, for draws, and his crazy looking hat there. You had a fire extinguisher, and the mask was removable there for Kane, which was a really cool touch. I remember back then. That was a cool point about the Kane. And then you had your Road Dogg with a hockey stick. What the hell? Is he trying to bring out his inner Wild Bill Irwin as the Goon? And then you had your sledgehammer toting Stone Cold Steve Austin, who must have ripped that off of the game. He must have left that in his car or whatever, and Stone Cold got a hold of it and decided to go all Maximum Sweat with it. But anyway, of course, you had your Titantron Live Double Slam, I guess it says. But yeah, these card backs were always the best because you had all these, cross sells and, line art on the backs. So you always seen what figures were coming. And it tied into the Titantrons, which was weird on a BCA figure. So the second to the last BCA line, of course, you had your World Wrestling Federation on the side there. Did I get a good enough shot of Bossman there? I'm not sure. Seeing from the top. Got that crew cut going and everything. I really do like this figure. Let's make one more shot of the action figure on the inside here. But yeah, man, does that look good for Big Boss Man or what? Good old Ray Trailer. Rest in peace. Been gone for 15 years now, plus. Well, I guess maybe not plus if he hasn't died yet. So I guess in whatever month he died will be 15 years and then plus. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, I like this figure a lot. And I think the shininess doesn't really bother this one really that bad because it just looks like he's decked out in a badass, shiny ass tactical suit. I wish that the Billy Club, as they call it, or the Nightstick, what do they call it? The Shiny Billy Club, Black Billy Club, Shiny Black Billy Club, was a little straighter there in package, but oh well. This guy will be staying Mint on Card and going up on the wall with the rest. And yeah, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed lately, dropped any comments, left any feedback. I appreciate all the support here on the channel. Many more reviews to come, a ton of unboxing and reviews. As I have worked on finishing out the SummerSlam 99 Superstars Series 9 wave, which I don't have any figures out of here, but I have done showcase and reviews on the Paul White, the Gangrel, and the Christian so far, so I wanted to pick up the whole wave. So I have some unboxing reviews coming of that and other figures and more. I don't really want to give away all the goods, but yeah, like I said, I appreciate the support, and stay tuned on the channel for more videos to come. If you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia, you better take some time, respect the law and order. You'll be serving hard times. The Big Boss Man. I could have sung it, and I think that's the words. Maybe not. Don't quote me. But yeah, guys, the Big Boss Man here, ready to make somebody serve some hard time. And as always, guys, till next time, digging this guy. Men on card. And as always, peace out. Oh yeah, and keep collecting.